Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jeffrey Epstein Show. I'm your host, Bobby Capucci, and this is a Santa Fe update. All right, folks, well, unfortunately, I had to postpone the Santa Fe departure date by 2 weeks. I'll be leaving February 3rd now, the day after the Super Bowl, and I will not be driving. I will be flying instead. The reason behind the postponement is there has been some new developments in the Jeffrey Epstein case. I have been contacted by somebody with intimate knowledge of the Jeffrey Epstein case, somebody that we all know, folks, okay? I can't say their name right now until I get confirmation from them that that's cool. I'm not going to just go ahead and put their name on blast out on the on the podcast yet, but what I will tell you is this. It is somebody that we are all very, very familiar with, and it is somebody who definitely knows the ins and outs of not only the Epstein organization, but Zorro Ranch itself. So I thought it would be prudent to take the next 2 weeks to talk with this person and try and get an outline on what is what down there, right? On what their experience was down there when they were at the ranch. So, folks, I know. I was looking forward to Santa Fe today as well. But I think it's important that we have the whole story, right? It's being first isn't the most important thing. Being right is the most important thing. And when I bring you these podcasts, I strive to only bring you correct information, right information that is confirmed as true. So, with that said, I want to make sure this trip to Santa Fe is done the right way. So, unfortunately, I have to postpone for 2 weeks to make sure that happens correctly with the new developments of this new source contacting me. It launches us into another realm, folks. It puts us into another atmosphere as far as this case goes. Because up until now, I really didn't have anybody reach out to me that was intimately involved in this case. You know, I had some people that live near Epstein that I got in contact with, a few law enforcement agents that are retired that have talked to me a little bit. But I have never had anybody reach out to me that has intimate information on this whole entire case. And as of last night, that changed, folks. That changed last night, and it just changed the whole trajectory of this Zorro Ranch trip, because I want to be able to add the right amount of context. I want this to be something that is beneficial to everybody out there, everybody who's following the case. I want everybody to listen in on when we start those podcasts from down there, and I want them to say, damn, dude, I learned something new today. And that's my goal. I want to make sure that every single time you guys tune in, you go away thinking, all right, I learned just a little something new today. That was entertaining, and that was a good way of presenting the news. And I hope that that's what you do every time you leave the podcast anyway. But now, with this new development and this new source, folks, trust me when I tell you, you will not be disappointed. I'm going to try and get permission from them today to let you folks know who it is who has reached out to me. And hopefully I can get them to come on the podcast for an interview to tell their story. And that is what my goal has always been here, to give a voice to the victims, right? The girls who have been absolutely and utterly abandoned by the system and the media and everyone else. Well, my goal is to give them a voice. And if this small little slice of, cyberspace, this small little podcast is a platform that they're willing to come on and they're willing to talk to you out there, then hey, I am willing to have any one of them on this podcast and give them as much time as they would like. So, like I said, folks, hopefully that's what happens with this person who contacted me. And all I will say about this person is they're very brave, and without them, this case would never be where it's at. All right? There's brave, and then there's brave. And that's what the person who reached out to me is very, very, very brave. And I'll tell you, folks, it's going to add a lot to the show. And once you find out who the person is who emailed me, everything will come together for you, and you'll understand. You'll say, oh, I see what he's up to. All right, folks. So I'm not going to keep you too long with this update. I just wanted to let you guys know what the deal is. I just got home. I was out running around, and I planned on leaving at like 11 o'clock this afternoon, roughly around that time. But once I got this email and I talked a little bit to a couple of people that are also involved in the case, and I laid out what was going on, and I just came to the decision that I think it's a better idea to make sure that we go down there and we do it the right way. We do it with the right information, as opposed to going down there now where it would still be informative. Don't get me wrong. The sources that I have lined up down there definitely have an idea of what was going on locally. But the person who emailed me not only has an idea locally, but has an idea of what was going on in the very inner workings of Jeffrey Epstein's organization. So I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm going to make sure that we have a nice fleshed out story to follow when I get down there, folks. So until then, same old, folks. We're going to be rocking and rolling with daily drops, the evolution. And before you know it, it'll be February 3rd, and we will be in Santa Fe rocking and rolling. All right, guys, I hope you're all enjoying Martin Luther King Day. Pretty awesome holiday. Pretty awesome time to, look around and realize things aren't that bad, right? Things are not as bad as we think. There's light at the end of this tunnel. We just got to keep fighting. We're in a punch fight, clawing and fighting. And if I can be a voice for any of these victims, then that's exactly what I plan on doing. And hopefully we get where we want to go with this case. Hopefully it moves in the direction we want it to go. And that is justice for these victims. That's what this is all about. The trip to New Mexico, the daily drops, all of it is all about one single goal: holding these animals responsible and giving these girls the justice that they deserve. All right, folks, I'll be back later on tonight with the daily drop. You can contact me at bobbycapucci@protonmail.com. That's BOBBYCAPUCCI at protonmail.com. So if you'd like to talk to me a little bit, if anyone out there has any information that they think I should be aware of, please do not hesitate to shoot me an email. And remember, your privacy is always my biggest concern. So anything you ever send me, if we ever have conversations, that will never be ever public knowledge without your go-ahead. So, folks, I'm here. Hit me up with some emails. And look, let's get ready. Let's get ready for what is to come. I have a lot to share with you, folks, and I am very excited to do so very, very shortly. All right, everybody, I'll be back later on tonight for the daily drop. And to those of you who are feeling a little disappointed that we're not going to be in Santa Fe tonight, please chin up. Like I said, when you figure out, when you hear why I'm not going, not going today, who the source was who reached out to me, you will understand. Trust me, you will. All right, everybody, I'll be back later on for a daily drop.